Please select a mission.
Boss, this contract comes out of Angola. That's right, Central Africa, where Emmerich claimed they were working on a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. There's been a massive oil spill from Mafinda oil field. It's flowing into the river and contaminating the water supply. An environmental NGO has asked us to stop the spill by destroying the facility. Environmental activism isn't exactly our line of work, but it's not that simple either. The group operating the oil facility and causing the spill is the rebel group UNITA. And word has it that UNITA is getting supplied with US military weapons. That sounds to me like CYPHER's pulling their strings. Boss, it's time to give CYPHER a little surprise.
Target is Angola's Mafinda oil field, upstream from the landing point. A spill has covered the whole area and crude. A pipeline that crosses the Muneni River failed, and now the shore's a mess. Not to mention the villages downstream have no drinking water. The oil runs to the pipeline from that facility. Taking it out should end the leak. The client this time is an environmental NGO. Destroy the facility. Stop that leak. This may seem like straight-up philanthropy, but there's another reason we agreed to it. The Mafinda oil field was outdated, abandoned. Then the rebel group UNITA moved in, taking it upon themselves to kickstart operations. UNITA's been rapidly modernizing its arsenal. Rumor has it someone's been selling them US military hardware. Intel's analysis suggests the broker's a front company, CYPHER's. Keeping tabs on UNITA could tell us who's pulling its strings. First, make your way to the oil facility. It's to the north, past Bwala Yamasa. The village is currently occupied by UNITA, so stay sharp. The war industry we started has taken a pretty crooked course these past 9 years. With no other options, soldiers have become dogs of war, sent to conflict zones as private forces, or PFs. Guys we fought alongside are dying all around the globe for no reason. No banner. But it's how they survive. The demand for PFs here in Africa is especially high. Cold War standoffs, resource exploitation, tribal clashes. What's big business for developed countries has only
map
brought
has been
conflict
updated.
here. That mess you're standing in is just the latest example. It's digitalis. It's toxic, but it can also be used as medicine. You've arrived at Massa Village. It's been turned into a supply hub for UNITA, meaning it'll be stocked with weapons and resources. Should be a thing or two that'll come in handy. Don't be shy. They deserve to be in better hands.
The map has been updated. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete.
Child soldiers. Children there are abducted and trained to be soldiers. They're only taught to fight. And one
Analysis
day they grow
complete.
up and teach the next generation the same way. With a gun in his hands, a kid is as dangerous as any adult. Only they don't know a thing about right and wrong. Boss, do not hurt any child soldiers. If you do,
Enemy
the
presence
mission
detected.
is over.
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. You gonna extract him?
Outpost captured. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that. Captured and you've made it past the village. Continue heading for the oil facility. It's located upriver.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Guard post captured.
You gonna extract him? Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. That's African peach. The shape of his petals gives it the nickname the pincushion. It's used in local traditional medicine as a pain reliever and tranquilizer.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
The oil
Extraction
field is the
arrived
property of
at Mother
CYPHER,
Base.
South African Natural Resources. CYPHER drills oil wells wherever they can throughout that region. When the oil dries up,
Supply drop
they abandon the
complete.
facility. Then it's only a matter of time before the aging equipment starts leaking crude. That means United's takeover is the perfect cover for CYPHER. Now they can blame the spill on a bunch of oil thieves. However you look at it, St. is far from squeaky clean. That used to be a settlement, but now it's burned to the ground.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There it is, the oil facility. To stop the leak, you need to shut down the oil transfer pump and destroy the
Extraction
oily water
arrived
separator
at
tank.
motorbase.
The details are on your iDroid.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Good.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Boss, destroy the oil facility and stop the flow of oil. To prevent the machinery being turned back on again, you need to turn off the oil transfer pump and destroy the oily water separator tank. Check the details on your iDroid.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Shepard, het is Delta 2. Je forces zijn zo betekend te bouwen. Gelijk ons het aan de ik kon het zoeken. Word. CFDF begrijpt. Verdere verlies is onaanvaardbaar. Voor jullie oor. Hey.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that.
Stay okay.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Caution, rain approaching.
Roger that. Extract him. There's the transfer pump control room.
Extraction arrived at Nether Base.
Next, destroy the oily water separator tank. That'll ensure they can never use the facility again. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Please select a drop. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Extraction arrived at Nether Base. The map has been updated.
Oceza sytuacji.
You destroyed the separator tank. Objectives complete. Though
Extraction
security will be
arrived
tighter
at
after that
Motorbase.
explosion. Get out of there
Mission
ASAP.
info has been updated. Support helicopter requested.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger that.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase. Development project has been
This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
You gotta extract him.
Extraction arrived
This
at
is P-Quad.
Motorbase.
Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Development project support helicopter has arrived.
Gaining altitude.
Exfiltrated
That's
hot
it.
zone.
You made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase. Development project has been added. Side ops list
Boss,
updated.
I've updated the mission
Mission list
We've received a
updated.
new job offer. It doesn't seem connected to CYPHER or Skullface at all. But if it goes well, we may get an Afrikaans interpreter. The details are on your iDroid.
You called that thing Sahelanthropus. Where does the name come from?
Well, several years ago, an excavation team discovered a hominid skull in the Sahel region.
Central Africa. The Southern Sahara.
CYPHER gave the specimen the name Sahelanthropus, man of Sahel. And then they covered the whole thing up.
Why?
They probably wanted to monopolize information about human evolution to have a head start in their genetic research. At least, until they had an idea of what they'd found.
It was that big of a discovery, huh?
Sahelanthropus was a gracile hominid, estimated to have lived about 7 million years ago. What's significant about it is how its skull's foramen magnum faces down. In other words, its spinal column supported its head from underneath.
It stood upright.
Right, which would mean Sahelanthropus walked upright 3 million years before Australopithecus, making it the world's oldest human species.
Walking upright. I get it. Hence the name Sahelanthropus for your machine.
Walking upright was the decisive difference between our ancestors and other anthropoids. Our brains could get heavier once they were supported by the spinal column. That led to the use of tools and the development of complex communication through language. Only man is capable of this. My creation will be the progenitor of all bipedal weapon platforms.
And you did this for CYPHER.
No, not at all. Sahelanthropus is the best proof that I never betrayed you guys.
What do you mean?
The reconstructed Sahelanthropus skull looked exactly like the skull we used as our logo 9 years ago in the Caribbean.
An army without a nation. Outside the world order.
The design was based on Pangaea, the supercontinent that existed 250 million years ago, right?
Yeah. When the world was a single landmass. That concept's at the source of our strength.
I felt the same way about Sahelanthropus. Sure, I was forced to build it under their orders, but I always wanted to put its technology back in our hands someday. That's the reason I incorporated the old insignia into Sahelanthropus's name. Don't you see? That's how much I was thinking about you guys.
Oh, I see, all right. I see someone desperate to cover his ass. You can say whatever you want after the fact. But that skull also symbolizes somebody else. Skullface.
Snake, you finally came. Just don't record this, okay?
Not recording anything. What's this about?
What I'm about to say stays between you and me. It's about the weapon to surpass Metal Gear. You know a researcher by the name of Clark? He works in the biotech industry, real advanced stuff. His area is bioengineering, but lately he's also gotten into genetic research.
Never heard of him.
Well then, what do you know about cloning?
I think I've heard enough.
Hold on, this is important. Cloning lets you create a genetic copy of an organism. You take the nucleus of one of its cells, and you swap it with the nucleus of an unfertilized egg from another member of the same species. They started out working with plants, but since then they've had success with other organisms, including mammals. It's a hot area for a lot of places right now. Corporations, universities, research groups. There's no shortage of scientists out to get famous and patent their work, with morality taking a back seat.
Isn't that a little outside your field?
It's got nothing to do with my research. But I thought it might be of interest to you. Cloning, and Dr. Clark, I mean.
Go on.
Now, this is really highly classified stuff, but I've heard that an American biotech company has successfully cloned a human being. What's more, it happened over 10 years ago, and the researcher behind it was Dr. Clark. You've really never heard of him?
I don't meet many doctors.
This Dr. Clark is a complete ghost, even to others in his field. His age, where he comes from, that might not be his real name. And I can't even say for sure he's a he. Clark's employer, ATGC, its company motto is embracing your hopes, preserving talent.
What does this have to do with me?
CYPHER. Dr. Clark works for ATGC, and they have connections to DARPA. CYPHER couldn't function without the communications network DARPA's built. Meaning, CYPHER has to be a part of the Pentagon. Or at least, the two are joined at the hip. DARPA is a driving force behind human cloning. It's a pretty high priority project for them. And this Dr. Clark, some say he's a pivotal player in CYPHER. But that's not all. Every cell nucleus in an organism contains the genetic information for that organism. Think of it as a blueprint for life. Clark appears to be working on how to decode this information and rearrange it at will. If you could do that, it would mean being able to custom design human beings for specific purposes. Can you believe that? Suppose for a moment that this is all fact. A man of your talents, if your genetic information died with you, that would be a terrible loss for mankind. But what if mankind could preserve you for future generations by cloning you?
All right, enough. I get the idea.
Look, I know it's inductive reasoning, but this weapon to surpass Metal Gear they're developing in Africa, I believe it's something that uses this new technology. Speaking as a fellow scientist, it chills me to the bone.
That's rich coming from you.
If genes serve as our blueprint, then I wonder if they include an impulse that drives us to tweak the design. Can you imagine that? Genes, encoded with information that wants its children to decode it. Is life itself putting the direction of our next evolution in the hands of scientists? I guess it would take some real arrogance to believe that. And yet, it could be what CYPHER's after.
I think you're barking up the wrong tree. But that was an interesting story. It'd make a good movie.
You have to believe me.
Where'd you hear all this anyway?
Where? I just overheard it in bits and pieces while I was forced to do that research for them.
Right.
Wait a minute. Look, I want to help you. I want to be of service here. I'm risking my life with this.
Is that so? Maybe it's time we brought someone else into the conversation.
No, not him. Not Ocelot. You can't do this.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Please select a landing zone. Please specify a project. Development project has been added. been added. Please specify a project.
Be careful down there, boss.
Marker placed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
That's the target. It's no good, boss. Attacking like that won't cut it. Aim somewhere else. Or change to a different weapon.
Hey, fella! Come on! Fire!
Distract him.
Marker removed. Marker placed. Side op completed. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Caution, rain approaching.
Coming too. Roger that.
You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest
You
to
have
us.
arrived at your destination. Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Support helicopter requested.
He's coming too. Roger that.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. I've arrived at
Sound of
LZ.
rainfall should help the master's footsteps.
Support helicopter has arrived.
You gotta extract him.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added. Please specify a project.
Gaining altitude. Departing.
Side ops list
Boss, that
updated.
man you picked up in Walla Yamasa is a top-notch gunsmith. We got plenty of work for him. But it turns out that he's just the apprentice of a so-called legendary gunsmith. Now, if this legendary gunsmith is all he's cracked up to be, we could really use him on our side. The apprentice gave us the whereabouts of his master. If you've got the time, go and grab him. I've added the details to your side ops list.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to Afghanistan. Enemy presence detected. The map has clouds approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Всем боевым группам, это КП.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ближайший патруль. Проверить детали. КП, это СОЯ-1. Оборудование повреждено. Охотник, делаю рот врага. Прием. Это КП, понял. Немедленно проверить. И дать оперативную сводку. Конец связи. Осмотрели сектор, ничего не нашли. Отзываем поезд. Прием. Это КП, понял. Грузовые готовы. Конец связи. КП, это СОЯ-10.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Прием. Это КП, понял. Проверка окрестности. Конец связи.
You gotta extract him. On board. Leave the rest to us.
Side-op completed.
Okay, subject is
Side-ops
in.
list updated. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
You gotta extract him.
Sun will rise momentarily.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
КП, СО-1. У нас пропажа. Кажется, у нас лазутчик. Не заняться его поисками? Прием! Это КП, понял. Последующие потери неприемлемы. Держите ухо востро. Конец связи.
Development complete. Development complete. Development complete. Development complete. Development complete. Development complete.
You gotta extract him.
Development project leads the left. A support helicopter requested.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. Всем боевым группам, это кафе. Все огневые силы против вражеского вертолета. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Side ops list
Tell us
updated.
about the prisoner you extracted from the central base camp. Seems that he's not the legendary gunsmith either. Just another one of his apprentices. Now I'm really dying to meet this guy. We got intel on his location from the apprentice. Think you can recover him? I've added the details to your side ops list.
Please select a landing zone. The map has been updated.
Пошел!
You gotta extract him.
The map has been updated.
Живи безопасно и найди нарушителя. Конец связи. Всем боевым группам, это кафе. Огонь атакует. Все единицы приготовиться к бою.
You gotta extract him.
Соприкосновения. Прием! Это КП, понял. Проверьте, но осторожно. Конец связи.
Please select land support helicopter requested. select a strike point.
Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление.
Support helicopter has
I have
arrived.
arrived at marker. Своими силами. Cover fire. In hot. Target acquired. In hot.
Extraction failed.
Зона-1, это КП. Открыть подавляющий минометный огонь по противнику. Прием. Это Зона-1. Он понял. Подготовка к минометному огню. Конец связи.
Please select a strike point.
Потерял визуальный контакт.
Support helicopter requested.
Прием. Это КП, понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи.
Support helicopter has arrived.
arrived at marker. Cover fire. In hot. Peak 1 is in hot. Fight cover. Всем постам. Это командир. Внешняя радиосвязь вышла из строя. Мы не можем вызвать подкрепление с других аванпостов. Окопайтесь и удержите позиции своими силами. Конец связи.
Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Strike will commence shortly. Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Strike will commence shortly.
Колонка, конец связи. Штаб, это кафе. Понадеялся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ. Но потеряли врага. Враг все еще прячется поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Это кафе. Ответьте. Штаб, ответьте. Штаб, это кафе. Штаб, прием.
Roger that. That's the target.
Please landing support
Roger.
helicopter requested. Development complete.
КП, до зоны 10. Никаких признаков врага.
This is Speedquad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Это КП, понял. Будьте бдительны. Не позволяйте им напасть. Конец связи.
This is Speedquad. Station at LZ.
Это КП. Понадеялся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ. Но потеряли врага.
Okay, subject is in.
Extraction arrived at main base.
Штаб, ответьте.
Gaining altitude.
Прием.
Departing. So you finally found that legend of a gunsmith. The guys on the R&D team are dumbfounded. They say he's every bit as good as the stories. With him working for us, you'll be able to customize your weapons. Try it out in the ACC.
Please select a landing heading to Mother Base.
Welcome back, boss. Spit it out. Thanks for that, boss. Speak. Thanks for that, boss. Speak. Thank you, boss. I hope you keep that woman locked up, boss.
Please landing zone
Roger.
confirmed.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.